During many years of developing Japanese to English conversion solutions for instrument clusters in Japanese inputs, we came across various faults in Toyota, Lexus, Honda, and Nissan speedometers. We sorted all of them. We have expertise and tools to test various circuits and lights in the instrument cluster. We have rigs to power them on the bench, run at a speed, or move needles to fixed positions. Majority of repairs were straightforward. We extracted data from the faulty speedometer, even if it was completely dark, and transferred it to the donor cluster, so that the donor cluster would have the same configuration and odometer readings as the failed one. Prius ZV W30 is quite popular among taxi and Uber drivers. Its lifespan is supposed to be 100,000 kilometers or 10 years, but hard-working taxi drivers do manage to squeeze 5 lives or more out of them. Not a surprise that few instrument clusters in those went completely dark. The culprit is not a capacitor. The transformer is relatively heavy and it's not secured by the compound. Constant vibrations during hundreds of thousands of kilometers traveled had caused micro cracks in the multi-layer PCB, making the fault unrepairable. We have video on our channel how to take that cluster out. The process of data extraction and transfer takes only a few minutes and it's not an expensive job. It was sorted by replacement and data transfer from the dead cluster to the working one. Lexus IS350. Instrument cluster was damaged by the owner in their DIY attempt to make it look cool. They intended to change boring LEDs to the very special for the owner's eyes pink color ones. But in the process of dismantling and putting everything back together, they broke the legs of the LCD screen responsible for the odometer reading and broke the motor of one of the needles. The car would not pass warranty fitness like that, of course. There is always a risk involved in dismantling clusters, removing needles and LCD screens. We also saw another IS350 cluster where it died on its own with the voltage exceeding 5 volt bricked the microcontroller. That repair was also done by replacement and data transfer. Toyota Noah. That speedometer had 2 green failed LEDs responsible for the turn signals. There are usually 3 different color LEDs used in the instrument cluster: orange, red, and green. LEDs vary in size and types. Client had already sourced their replacement cluster themselves, and all that was needed is data extraction and transfer. That was quick and simple job. This failed one may serve as a donor for the LEDs in the future. Leaf odometer. We fixed a few with the right side backlight fault. There is a string of LEDs at the bottom right side responsible for the right side backlight. If one had failed, entire string of LEDs is turned off. We fixed 2 clusters by entire cluster replacement and data transfer. This cluster with failed backlight now serves as a donor for working white color LEDs. We have already used 2 working LEDs from it to repair another 2 clusters with failed backlight. We have a YouTube video how to take that cluster out. There were 2 clients, one with failed front emergency brake system resulted in the LED staying on all the time. Another one had TPMS sensors dead, resulting in TPMS light stayed on. Both failed warranty fitness. You can unsolder LEDs yourself, but we can sort those 2 issues without dismantling the cluster, just by unprogramming those 2 features via OBD port. We have spare clusters where we can unprogram those features. We also used it as the guinea pig to customize cluster with the owner's name. Agent 007 in this case, but any name with up to 6 letters can be programmed into it. We have few spare clusters which we can customize for you with your name in it. Call us on WhatsApp or mobile for quotes and bookings. Thank you for watching.